It's done. This cucumber vine did so good for us this year. It's been in a couple months and it's steadily produced cucumbers, but it's toast now. This is it. There's one last cucumber hanging somewhere. Doesn't look so good either. And that's the end of it. I'm gonna cull this out, plant another one somewhere else. I don't want to plant it in the same spot because of the mildew issues and all that. But luckily, one of the very first cukes I saved. This is almost 2 months old too. I leave it on the vine until it turns really big and starts to yellow, and then I store it inside until it gets mushy. Now we need to save those seeds. There's one step involved. You can't just take them out and dry them out. That's a mess, but I'll show you how that goes. Okay, so obviously first we have to cut it. It's tough as leather, isn't it? And there's the juicy mess. Okay, nice big seeds. Now we'll scoop them out, just like that. So they're out, and what I want to show you here is that each one of the cucumber seeds has this gummy glabber stuff around it. I'll show you the difference of drying them like this and drying them after they have been fermented. So 1 spoonful goes on a coffee filter. We'll spread them out a little. So we can dry them. Just started raining. And the rest goes in a jar. See how gunky, gooey this is? And we'll top it off with some water. How much water I put in there, you can already see that some seeds are on the bottom and some are floaters. You can take the floaters out right away. These are most likely not viable seeds. Now we'll put on coffee filter and a band, and we'll let it sit for 2 to 3 days till it starts fermenting, bubbling a little, and getting a bit smelly. If you like to continue your plant right away, then just take the seeds as they are. There's no fermenting, no drying required. Make a little dip, put them in, cover them up, and then there will be more coming up than we want. I just want one plant here, so once they have their second set of true leaves, we'll just cull out the others. We'll cut them out within them, and they have the nice trellis to grow up here. Let me tell you though, if you use seeds from a cucumber that was bitter, don't save those seeds. They will most likely make a bitter cucumber again. Also, they cross-pollinate. If you grew more than one variety of cucumber, they may not come true to the parent plant. So just keep that in mind. There'll still be a cucumber. It may be a pleasant surprise, but it may not be the identical plant. So what about tomato seeds? Well, same thing with them. They too have this glibbery outside. See, you can't really separate the seed. You don't get a dry seed. It has this coating, and that needs to go. There too, for experiment, we'll put some on the coffee filter and some in water to let them ferment and see the difference. 2, 3, or 4 days of fermenting, depending how it goes, and then we can take them out and rinse them. So this is 24 hours after we put it in water. As you can see, that coating is still on the seeds. It's still attached. Same on the cucumbers. Although they are starting to bubble a little, they're getting into fermenting now. We'll leave it another day. So this is day 3, and the seeds still have a little bit of a coating on the tomatoes, so I don't think they're quite ready yet. However, the cucumbers look much better. They're sinking to the bottom, they seem rather clear. So I'm going to take these out, we'll see how it goes. So swirl the jar so the floaters are on top, and we'll just carefully ditch some of the water out. And then I repeat this several times. The water's gunky. We'll repeat this several times until the clean seeds are left inside. They are. It looks nothing like they did before anymore. There's no glibber. They're just swimming in water. I'm going to strain them through a strainer now. There we have it. Beautiful clean seeds. Remember that gunky stuff? When we took them out of the cucumber, it's gone. They are ready to be dried off now. I'll put them on a coffee filter as well. So the reason you want to ferment them and get them clear is because apparently this coating is there to protect the seeds from sprouting inside the fruit. Obviously it's quite wet in a cucumber and in a tomato, and that keeps them from doing that. So we'll wash it off. Naturally, when they fall down on the ground, they will ferment on the ground and then sprout. If you leave the coating on, the germination rate isn't quite the same. The other reason is that apparently the fermenting takes care of some nasties, some viruses or other things that may be in it. So it's a good way, and they're clean seeds for storing. Now next to the tomatoes. Right, so same thing for the tomatoes. There is some gunky stuff coming out. Some floaters maybe, you see? We don't want them. And I'll just do this, a swirl, fresh water, rinse, swirl, rinse until it's clear. Here we go. Oops, tomato seeds look beautiful. Clean, no more coating. They too go in a coffee filter, and then we'll see what they look like in comparison to the ones that haven't been fermented. All right, everything's dried up. Let's look at the comparison. Here are the cucumbers. These are the unfermented ones. As you can see, there are some in there that are probably not viable, because we couldn't take them out, they didn't float, and the others are stuck to it. It's not pretty. These are the ones that were fermented. Look at the difference. They look like they come straight out of a seed package. Now to the tomatoes. That's even a bigger mess. Tomato seeds, there's no way of conveniently getting them off. It's just a mess. These are the fermented tomato seeds. They move around, they're clean, they're not sticky, just like from a store-bought seed package. Now you say, well, they stick because it's paper towels. Oh, coffee filters. Yeah, I'll put them on plates too. I actually have to scrape these. And this, I suspect I have to soak overnight to get everything clean. And in comparison, these are the other ones. They dried on here just like the ones on the left side did, but they're good. That's how you save seeds from cucumbers and tomatoes to grow them next year. For the fresh seeds I put in earlier in the video, so they can climb up this beautiful trellis right here for fall, are sprouting. 3 days later, they were put in without removing the coating. They fermented in the ground, and it works just as well. Just don't store them with the coating on it.